project.
Yeah.
It's a good
From
place
Brandy
to
Melville.
get patches at Brandy Melville. For the folks who are maybe watching,
We should probably address the elephant
need
in
to-
the room.
we need to
or I
talk
should
about
say
it.
the elephant not in the room.
So folks who are watching, you're
you calling
probably
him
like,
fat?
wait, somebody's missing. And for the folks listening, you're like, I have not heard someone's voice. Mike is not here right now. He is running late.
We have our theories.
Big time late.
Yeah.
Mike texted us right before this episode started and said, I'm going to be late. Start without me. I'm helping my family with something. Or helping his parents. What did he say?
Something like that. Yeah.
And you know what? Maybe that's what he's
Matt
doing.
already thinks he's lying.
Well, we were taking our bets on Carly and I in the drive. We were taking our bets on what it could possibly be.
I have doubts.
Yeah.
I think Mike sometimes struggles with sleep. He's now back on caffeine. I
He
think
did drink
he
coffee.
is
Maybe he's been
back
up for 3 days
on.
because he drank coffee for the first time. Maybe he just hasn't slept in 3 days and he's like, oh shit.
it could be that. It could
But
be.
I think like we're in a safe space where he could be like, I slept in.
I'd be scared to say that.
Okay, so
I'd be
exactly.
scared.
I think he's coming up with a little white lie. But what is the thing is, it has to be something so urgent because if I was on the phone call with my parents and I had a podcast to get to,
Yeah.
I'd be
Work.
like,
You had work to get to.
correct.
Like you'd be on,
Let's
you'd be
frame
on
it
the
as
phone
work.
on the way.
I would be like,
Unless he needs his computer. Maybe it is something serious. We don't know.
with his parents?
I don't know.
But
Well, you asked. You said, is everything okay? And he said, yeah.
Yeah.
so I
know Matt's going on an angle where you're like, I think he might be fibbing. And I'm like, just in case, give him the benefit of the doubt.
This is what mentally is going on upstairs. I know if I texted you three saying, I'm running late, I haven't even left, I'm helping my parents with something, I would hear it to no end from you guys saying that, like, what the hell was it? Like, y'all
Just like
would-
we are now.
You guys would not
We're
let
doing it
me-
now, though. Yeah,
y'all
of
would
course.
not let me get away with, like...
Well, of course. Same with me. If I said it, I wouldn't think I'd get, because it's like, what do you mean? It's like so vague.
Yeah.
Like even if Aaron said it, I'd be like, huh?
Yeah. You need to give a little more detail.
So water has to be leaking, power has to be out, something that they...
with his parents.
Right.
Matt said we need to check the call logs.
Yeah, he was like, should we check the call logs? We'll check his aura ring.
Yeah, his
maybe?
aura ring. See when he woke up. Maybe
Yeah.
he slept in.
And even if we caught him in a lie, I still love him.
Of course.
No, it's funny.
It's just funny.
So should we ask for the call
Yeah,
logs?
I think it'll be funny.
You should be like, Mike, can I see your...
Oh,
Oh, hello.
Oh, I was like,
that doesn't look like Mike's shoes.
I was like, whoa.
And currently,
God,
I do have Mike's location. He is still at home.
Oh my God. What if he just doesn't show up the whole time?
I don't know.
Then it must be serious.
Should we
That's
call
what
him?
I'm saying.
I'm kidding.
But he's
call
helping.
Yeah.
He's helping them with something.
Also, for the record, he has 3 other siblings.
Correct. And they could have reached out to any of those 3.
Is
Yeah.
Mike the oldest?
Yeah. And he also probably thinks he's the smartest. So
For
he's like,
sure.
I have to be the one
Mike
to
definitely
help
thinks he's
them.
the smartest.
I feel like he would have said, like, if it was very, very serious, like family emergency, like start the podcast without me. But he was just like, I'm helping with something.
Yeah.
Leads me to believe that it's not that dire.
Right. And also,
this is so
Mike,
funny.
usually, this is a clue. This is a clue. I was at the gym before this. Mike and I, at the end of our workouts, we screenshot our workout log
And send it.
and send it to each other and give each other like a thumbs up, acknowledging it. Mike this morning did not acknowledge it.
So either he's been dealing with this for a long time this morning.
Sorry, what time did you
Yeah.
send this?
At least probably like 9 o'clock. Like he should have been up.
All right, yeah, it's 10:09.
He could have been dealing with it, or he could have sleeping.
True. And
It also is like I understand if he woke up late and he's not the kind of person that can just like, throw on a thing and run out the door. Like he has to make his coffee.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
this is not funny, but it's reminding me like of an addict like being so worried about where they are. And he's like started all these vitamins. Like what if he just crashed out?
No, truly.
He's like, oh God, I have coffee now and all these vitamins. What's going on with my body?
Yeah, I have to take all these vitamins.
okay, maybe we should start momentum. But my final question.
Yes.
Do we ask for the call logs?
Yeah, I think it'll be
you
funny.
need to. You need to be the one.
God, I feel like such a dick
No,
doing
it's
that.
like
I don't
funny.
think it's like
Can we see? How should I say it? Go. Can we see the call logs? Or
I
should
think
go?
you should sit down and you should go, oh, can I see your call logs real quick? Just right off the bat.
Should we like play off the energy he brings in?
Yeah.
He's gonna be disheveled
I
no
gotta
matter
hear the
what.
story because he's gonna be like,
He will be disheveled no matter what because like
rinsed.
when we record in the mornings, he's always just like.
Yeah.
So it might be hard to tell if it's the mood from what happened or
True.
if something really did happen, he's going to tell us. If he's lying, he's going to be like, can't talk about
Y'all
it.
will never know because
Yeah.
he'll never talk about it on the
And
podcast.
he's
he
gonna make
will
us
not
feel-
talk about it on the podcast
Yeah, he's
either.
like, I'm going to talk about it on the pod because he doesn't have a story to say.
I'm
'Cause
editing
it's
this
made
podcast.
up.
Yeah, Carly.
I'm going to
is.
edit this one.
I say all this with love.
No, we love you, Mike.
Okay. Oh, wait, what episode?
We're going to do etymology.
Okay.
We're going to teach you guys etymology.
Yeah.
You guys don't know what etymology is. It is the study of words and their origins, if that makes sense.
I think so, yeah.
It's, behind a lot of words are a lot of roots, a lot of Latin roots, a lot of Greek roots, a lot of roots from all across the country. And it's like its own little treasure hunt, knowing
fun.
the meaning behind words. And it's wild how there are things we say every day.
That we have no idea. Like, oh, that's so interesting. It came from that. What the hell?
Exactly.
Because on our podcast, we were talking about soda water, and Erin was like, what's soda water and club soda? And then she was like, I feel like it has to do with like the club life, like just drinking it. And it was true.
That
Like,
was true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Because it was called soda water, but then they started, because I was like, they're the same thing, right? So why do they call it two different things? So then I Googled that and it said that club soda, it was soda water always. And then because they started serving it in clubs, it kind of
caught on.
got the nickname of club soda.
There was one I learned recently. It was cul-de-sac translate to ass of bags or
Bag of ass?
or the ass of a bag because it's the bottom of a bag, meaning it's the bottom of a street. So a cul-de-sac.
I love a
I
cul-de-sac.
did not
Translate to
know that
the-
word until I moved here.
Cul-de-sac?
Yeah.
That's right. We've talked about
What are you
this.
talking about? In
A
LA?
circle.
Oh gosh.
Oh, God.
You called it a circle. That's just a
circle.
Nebraska thing.
I guess.
That's fucking crazy.
It's fucking crazy. I know it is. But
Cul-de-sac.
That would be like the name of the street sign, like Pineview Circle, but it's like the cul-de-sac.
Oh, right.
T.
Do you know the difference between different types of streets? Like what's an avenue? What's
No.
a court? What's a...
No, but
Place.
that's so interesting you say that.
Because they do exist, right?
Yeah, I was literally just on Zillow looking at Salt Lake, and they have a community, and it's just called The Avenues.
I live on an avenue. I don't live on a street.
And what's the diff?
I don't
I live on a road.
You don't know?
Maybe I'll look it up.
Yeah, look it up.
I grew up on a road. Birch Hill Road was
Oh,
my...
I don't even know what a road is.
I grew up on a drive. Nelson's Creek Drive.
What is the difference with different types of streets? Like avenue, court, place,
Road.
street. What are the differences?
I'm on a
the
street
differences?
now.
Oh, they updated this. Okay.
Should I see if Mike's left yet?
I have it up.
Oh.
Let me just...
Live.
Okay. Oh, this is interesting.
He's still at home.
Okay. A street typically runs perpendicular to avenues.
Oh.
They're found in a grid layout. Okay, that makes sense because like Madison Avenue runs like perpendicular
Sure.
to like the grid system of streets. Does that make sense? Okay, an avenue often runs parallel to streets. Does that make sense? Avenues are usually wider and may have trees or medians. That makes sense.
It doesn't ever like
What street? Is yours a street right now?
Ave.
Okay, that tracks.
Okay.
Because
Wait,
I'm
sorry,
street,
say-
you're Ave.
And what's the thing again? Sorry, my brain
Perpendicular.
isn't functioning. Oh yeah.
And now
T.
a boulevard, forgot
Oh,
about
God.
that.
Of broken dreams.
Boulevards. A wide road often divided by a median or lined with trees.
Like Santa Monica Boulevard.
Frequently used for major roads with multiple lanes in each direction. Santa Monica Boulevard, correct.
Sunset Bully.
Road is a general term used for a route that connects 2 points. So it's pretty standard. A drive is a road that curves or meanders through residential areas.
That's so true. That's where I grew up.
I think my parents live on a drive, and I guess that makes sense because it's not in a straight line. There's a curve to it.
Yeah, mine's super curved.
A lane is a narrow road, often residential and sometimes more private.
They added in my neighborhood a Blueberry Lane.
Cute.
And it was like
Oh.
definitely like a cul-de-sac at the end of it.
But okay.
But it was like a little tiny road.
A lane. Patricia's parents live on a lane, and it's very narrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds so cute, Elaine.
Oh, there's also Way. Let's not forget the
Oh,
Way.
yeah, what the
Way is a
fuck?
small side street, often off a larger road, typically quiet and residential. Court, dead-end road, often with the cul-de-sac. Good
Y'all
for
didn't think you were going to
homes.
school today.
Terrace. I've never seen
Oh,
terrace.
terrace. Yep,
terrace.
I've seen that.
Usually a residential street on a hillside or slope, often more scenic or elevated. Place, a smaller road or cul-de-sac. Circle, either a circular street or a road that loops back to itself.
So circles written down.
Yeah, common in suburban layout. So like a circle can maybe like go all the way around with like offshoots within it,
Oh.
if that makes sense. And then there's alleys, and those are narrow.
alley.
And those are the scary ones.
Yeah. Did you guys have
Update.
alleys?
No.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, but probably never walked in them because I was too scared.
Oh, I always had an alley.
Mike is on his way.
Oh, he is. Rise and shine.
Just enough time to make a hot a cough.
I would die. He comes in with Starbucks, like just all this stuff.
That was pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What are you on right now? A street?
I believe I'm on an Ave. I'm on an avenue lined with trees.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm on an
I
avenue.
think you are.
And, yeah.
I'm on an Av too.
Street.
Okay, what are some other fun things? I think it's pretty wild, English, how much nautical and sailing language and phrases we end up using. So stuff like, especially when it comes to like projects and making things happen, you need to run a tight ship, having all hands on deck, making sure things are smooth sailing, making headway,
Oh,
changing
true.
course, leeway.
I have never thought about that once.
And a long shot is like the distance of a cannon between like another ship and stuff
Oh,
like
what the
that.
hell?
Knowing the ropes of how to do something, that's nautical. And basically because like English was a huge sailing language and that's how
Yeah.
English spread around was through sailing. So we
Interesting.
have so much sailing phrases used.
Below deck, shout out,
There
sailing
we
yacht.
go.
I have an interesting one that I thought was cool.
Share it.
The word clue, like a clue.
Yeah.
Originally, the word was spelled clue, C-L-E-W, which was a ball of thread or yarn. It derived from Old English. It began to appear in people's vocabularies more frequently in the 17th century. But what does yarn have to do with the word clue? Well, in various myths and legends, a ball of thread or yarn helps a person find their way through a maze, much like a clue helps lead you to an answer to a mystery.
Oh.
So that's how clue became a word.
It's like the lining all the way to the source.
Yeah, it's like
kinda.
finding the way to the answer. You have to follow the little
Interesting.
thread. The clue, the CLEW.
Was this English or what was this?
Yeah, Old English. It says it probably started as like Cluin or Chloean. And it's Dutch. And the Dutch Cluin.
Interesting.
Cluin.
I also learned that, the Yucatan Peninsula?
I've heard of it.
Sounds so familiar.
I believe it's down in, Mexico, Latin America, like right in between there, the Yucatan Peninsula. I believe it's part of Mexico. Yucatan means I don't understand what you're saying.
Oh.
Really?
So when the explorers came over and they found the
Oh.
Yucatan Peninsula, they were talking to the local natives and were like,
my
what
God.
is this place? And they're like, Yucatan. Yucatan.
We
Oh,
can't understand
funny.
you.
And that means we don't understand what you're saying. And they go, okay, we're calling this place Yucatan Peninsula. And it just like carried
That's
on.
cool.
Now, I don't know like if there is a true name that the native people there
Call it?
but us globally, or especially in America, that's known as the Yucatan Peninsula.
Yeah.
But
It sounds like what I thought Mafia. Remember when I thought Mafia started? Because it was Mafia.
Oh,
I was literally-
yes.
Which is not real.
I was told that in school. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, it's
What
labeled
teacher-
as Yucatan
What teacher taught me that?
Also-
Peninsula.
found out like the phrases we say no can do and long time no see are, and hopefully I'm getting this right, are Americans mocking for like
Yeah.
Chinese and how it
Oh,
sounded.
really?
I've definitely gotten TikToks of people being like, these everyday phrases that you say are rooted in racism.
Yeah.
whoa.
They just thought like it sounded like how like a Chinese person would say it. And
Oh,
so
wow.
no can do, long time no see. It has like a rhythm of Chinese.
No
but we like
can do.
adopted that and keep saying it because of
Whoa.
it. So
Have you heard about like the founder of Lululemon?
Yes.
Like he named it that because he thought it was like funny that Asian, like for Asian people
They
to
couldn't
pronounce
say
it. I was like, God.
Do we know if that's like real?
No.
I feel like he was quoted saying it in an interview in like the early 2000s.
Him saying, I thought it would be funny because
yeah.
Or he said, I think it's funny hearing Chinese or people of Asian descent or trying. Wait, hold on. I got to get that right. Not of Asian descent. Just a different culture trying to pronounce it. He says he thinks it's funny, but I don't think he named it because he wanted to hear them say it.
Got it. So it was like an after.
Kinda. And
Like,
someone
oh,
who-
isn't it funny how these people can't say it?
Yeah, I think.
That's crazy.
Sorry, I'm trying to find the.
I definitely saw it on like TikTok at one point.
Yeah.
Should we, when Mike comes, should we read the etymology of the word liar?
Yeah. That's hilarious.
I just want, let's hear the story. Let's hear the story.
He's not gonna tell us. I know.
I mean, he'll tell us on break.
Let's all guess what he's gonna be like. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
He's gonna do exactly that.
I'm rinsed.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about. I don't want to think about it.
And then after we record, we'll be like, you have to tell us.
And then we'll start the next episode telling you guys.
Yeah.
We stay later to record what actually happened.
Wait, what?
Oh, okay. So these are kind of fun. So, well, one, lukewarm. Luke
Ooh.
means the root of that warm. So it's really just warm.
Oh, weird.
Another one, this
Luke
is kind of
means
weird.
warm.
Luke means warm, like from a different language.
Got it.
And
Is it like Old English, do you think?
yes, I believe, or it may be German.
Warm,
I kind
warm.
of screenshotted these
Warm,
really
warm.
quick as this guy was sharing them. Muscles is from Latin based, and it means little mouse. And the reason why we call our muscles is because we feel like it looks like little mouse or little mice
under our skin?
that are under our
Ew.
skin, moving and contracting.
I wonder why. Well, obviously they're spelt differently, but like a shellfish muscle. Like I
Oh.
wonder why that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess a shellfish, it moves like a muscle. It probably has the texture of a
Ew,
muscle.
but it's spelled differently.
Is it?
Yeah, isn't it MUSS?
EL.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm dumb. I haven't
You
looked
are
at
dumb.
the word muscle.
Finally, you admit it.
Okay, so
It's
How
so
do we do
weird
this?
not having Mike here to be like, well, actually,
I know.
like he has like the strangest facts.
yeah.
who?
Mike,
Mike, I mean, sorry. Same person to me sometimes.
did you guys know that the word hooligan? It was.
Hooligan.
It is from like a Irish family. People with the surname Houlihan. They were like a very rowdy group of people.
Oh.
So then it then became hooligan.
Oh, wow. What a family. Are they still around?
I actually have a friend with that last name.
Really?
Yeah.
It was her family.
It was a guy, but yeah.
Hooligans, though, are also known to be like the type of guys that get into fights after the
Yeah, the
football game.
hooligans.
Right? Or
Oh,
soccer
really?
game.
Green Street Hooligans.
Have you seen that movie?
Of course.
With Elijah Wood? I've never seen it. Is
You
it?
know, I did.
And they just meet up and fight after the end of
Yeah,
games.
they're wild.
What's the plot?
Just it's bruvs.
No
Brubs.
plot. No
Love and
plot.
sport. It's like deep.
Okay.
Elijah Wood kind of gets like corrupted into the. I forget the guy actor. He's really hot though.
Who's in Green Street Hooligans
Yeah.
alongside him?
Yeah.
Elijah Wood, very talented actor. I feel like I haven't seen him in
Very
much. He was in The
talented.
Monkey actually recently. I watched
Oh,
that.
I never saw that. Did you like it?
I liked this style and like the sense of humor about it, but I just thought all the characters were really mean to one another.
I know. I almost want Mike here to like respond to
Charlie
us, too.
Hunnam.
I know it feels weird not
It
having
feels
Mike
off.
here.
I agree. Like it's like he died.
I don't want to look. I can't look at this
Charlie
chair.
Hunnam is alongside.
Okay, show me a picture of Charlie Hunnam.
Wasn't he
Oh,
in that bike
Hell's-
show? That
what-
bike show.
Hell on, or like the Hell's Angels show. What's it
Yeah,
called? The
Netflix
motorcycle
one.
show.
I can just look if you want me to.
Should I look up the liar etymology?
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy.
King Arthur. He was also
That's
in.
it.
He's so attractive.
You guys, the word liar originates from Old English. It's a
Classic.
compound word with lie and er.
Oh,
It's kind of dumb. It means false witness. It came from the word liar, meaning liar, false witness, or hypocrite. Matt, that's Mike.
Hypocrite. You're such a fucking hypocrite. Hypocrite's a great insult to say to someone.
Only if they're being a hypocrite.
Or I love it when I just like the word hypocrite.
How often are you saying that to someone?
Not enough.
Isn't everyone kind of a hypocrite at times?
Sure. Well,
Yeah.
I just think we are. Everyone is.
But also like, you know, you could say one thing and then like 5 years later not feel that way anymore. So that's when I'm like, okay, we've got to have like I feel like a lot of reality TV, they're like, oh, blah, 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 you're such a hypocrite. And it's like, it's been a decade. Like these people have obviously like evolved and
Like
changed.
Lala and Raquel.
Yeah, or like
thing, yeah.
Sheena, when they're like, Sheena, you did this. And it's like, okay, she was literally 20 years old.
Literally.
She's grown. She's matured.
Like 2012.
What's like the time span into which someone is like allowed to change and no longer be considered like, oh, you're being a hypocrite because of something you did fucking a decade ago?
Like they could just go through an experience and be like, oh, I didn't realize it was like
Was it
this.
something she did on the show though?
Well, technically, yeah, it's like what started the show.
Oh.
Like she had an affair with someone's husband.
She was
10 years ago, and we're saying like we should forgive that.
Yeah, but he also had told her that they were separated, they weren't together. So she was under the impression like, oh, he's leaving his wife, kind of.
It was
and she was very, very young.
Okay.
So like fully taken advantage of. But 10 years later, her best friend had an affair with her other best friend's boyfriend, who's also her best friend. And so the people were like, you're not allowed to be upset by this because you did that 10 years ago or whatever.
And it's like, that's such a different, like,
Sure.
it sucks like what she did. Obviously, I don't think she really knew, but it's also so different. Like, that's the difference between like hooking up with someone you know is married and all compared to hooking up with your best friend's significant other.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's like, I felt like nothing compared to that.
I just don't know if like you said something today and like something from like a couple years ago you had a different view on. I'd be like, he's such a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there needs to be like a time limit.
No, yeah, I agree. I think also it's a lot of like practice what you preach though. Like people who go around like saying that people should be like this or I'm like this, they communicate this sense of idea, but they are going actively against the image that they like to put out. I think that is like a true hypocrite too. It's sometimes not like
Fake
what
influencers.
you have done. It's like what you project and what you're actually doing.
Look who the
Look who
cat
decided to
dragged in.
join us today.
Mike Sheffer, welcome to the studio, man.
Sorry to all the Mike haters, but I've come to ruin the episode.
What?
Thank God. We said it was weird without you.
It really
Yeah,
was.
it's
weird.
really
Really?
quiet.
Oh, does that mean I interrupt too much?
No, but in a good way.
What did you have to help your parents with?
I'll tell you guys after. What am I going to say it in public?
He does have a text from his mom.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, you just saw that.
Something's happening.
Can you give us like one word on what we think it could be about?
Real estate.
Knew it. I called it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really?
Are they
Yeah,
about-
because we were like, it's not serious.
Are they about to buy something?
That's all I can say.
Okay.
I plead the
But
fifth.
you were the one brother out of all the brothers.
Always I am.
Okay.
Wow. Well, maybe
And
they should grow up because
this-
you have a job to do.
Was this time sensitive? Like, were they about to like sign something?
Can we let's just not talk about it. It was very
Okay.
stressful, and I don't want to talk about it right now.
All right.
Okay, T.
Well,
Where were you guys up to? Sorry,
Maybe
I
you should
interrupted.
apologize to the audience for being late.
I do. I said I'm sorry. Or I
We
did.
just
Maybe I
give
did say
a
I'm sorry.
heartfelt-
you're looking at
apology.
us. You got to acknowledge the
Yeah.
camera and
Take
look to the people.
take accountability.
I just want to say,
Don't be a hypocrite.
I've learned from my mistakes. I've seen the comments. I've seen this is so bad. Clip this. And I just sometimes family things happen, and it's no excuse. This podcast has to happen. I'm so grateful to my three co-hosts who were so bravely able to proceed without me and
We
hit
are brave.
record and
We're so
talk
brave.
to each other without
Yeah.
the glue, the Mike Sheffer glue that holds this podcast together, as we all know. I'm kidding.
Kinda
I'm kidding.
true.
No, it did
It's
feel
true.
uncomfortable.
We were like, I feel like he died. I was like, I can't even look
Yeah.
at the chair.
Wow, imagine if one of us died.
Oh, that's gonna really piss
thought.
Aaron off.
Lovely
Actually,
thought.
I have a word that has to do with that. It's funeral.
Okay.
Oh yeah, put the fun in funeral.
The fun and funeral, baby. The word funeral originates from the Latin word funis, which means corpse or funerary rites. It's also partly borrowed from the French word funerales. The Latin word funis is thought to have roots in Sorry. I think I put this one down, but I didn't mean to because
I got
was
a good
like,
one. Avocado comes for the word testicle.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, the Aztec word ajacatl, meaning testicle, and because it looks like a testicle.
That's a big ball.
Ew, yeah.
well, like the inside.
Oh, like
Oh,
the
you think
actual...
the pit? No,
Yeah.
I think it's the outside.
Maybe
It's got
because
all- it's got
it
all the-
looks a little
Yeah,
like
like
a
a
Yeah,
testicle.
it's kind of mushy.
It's green.
Ugh, it's like shriveled a little bit.
It's green.
Testicle, baby.
Whoa.
Also, I think vanilla and like vagina have like a root connection too. because-
Vanilla and
sex.
vagina.
Yeah, because I think vanilla comes from a root of like a pod of something, and like the vagina is the pod, but it's like its own adaptation from it. Is that not?
Yeah, it says the term vanilla and vagina share an etymological root.
Yes. Does it
hold
come
on,
from
I'm-
like pod of some sort?
Both words derive from the Latin word vagina, which means sheath or covering. Vanilla as a little sheath. The Spanish word for the vanilla plant, vainilla, vainilla, literally
Yes.
translate to little pod.
Little pod.
The diminutive form of vaina, meaning sheath, was adopted because of the shape of the vanilla pods. The word vaina is derived from the Latin word vagina, meaning sheath. Okay.
All right.
So vagina means sheath.
Yeah, I guess
Oh, like
so.
a sword that you pull.
And you pull it out and you gotta insert it.
Everything's
into the
all about
sheath.
sex, huh?
It really is. It
Me-
comes down to
I'm gonna
that.
take my tampon out. Shing.
It would be funny if it makes a sound. Does it make a sound when you pop it out? Does it go?
Sometimes. Sometimes it's like if it's real heavy too, it'll be like a blood, like a
Enough.
murder scene.
Enough.
This is the woman's, the
Period?
female body, Matt. This
I
is
know.
it's a beautiful fact
Yeah,
of
You were
nature.
talking about how you want to see childbirth. You're going to have to learn a lot more than that.
True.
Yeah, you're
You're
gonna
going to
have
see
to.
a
take
lot
a
of blood.
peek.
You're going to see your wife shit.
Oh,
Oh, they
gosh.
do poop afterwards, right?
Not always, but
It
yeah.
can happen during it.
Have
Yeah.
you ever seen your wife poop?
Sure.
Like the door
Not
open or
like,
anything?
Yeah, they're into some freaky shit.
I
She
definitely.
shits on his
Oh,
chest.
yeah. I like have.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, I think I've seen my wife's poop. Like I've seen that, like accidentally, or like she didn't
Accidentally.
flush or something. Like she
Yeah.
thought
Yeah.
she did.
I don't like that though. People who like pee with the doors open or like poop with the door open.
Of course you don't like that.
I always pee with the door
I feel like
open.
I feel like you in your house, you're probably like if
Just
you and
naked.
TJ are home, you're just peeing with the
Yeah.
door open.
Poop with the door open.
I normally close it.
Nobody can be home if
When
you're
you poop?
pooping with the door
Yeah.
open.
I
Oh,
agree.
no. If TJ's on like the other side of the house, I'll leave the door open.
I close the door in my own house living alone. You don't want those chemicals and particles to like leave the bathroom and go
I
into
do
the
like
rest
the
of the
door
house.
closed when I poop because it feels way cozier.
It is nice and cozy in a closed door.
Are you guys taking off all your? I feel like we've talked about this.
No,
all your
we're
clothes?
not.
When we poop,
No, I'm not either. But I
No.
feel like some guys do.
I sometimes it's you got to do a full
Some
disrobe.
guys do
Well,
it. It's
yeah, we
weird.
talked about it because you said Nolan does it.
I did it like once, and I was like, "What's happening? Are you removing all of your clothes?" not a big-
Sometimes you need to have no
That's crazy. Do you close it when you pee?
yes.
Oh.
I just think
But
it's like a
What?
if I'm hanging out with like another guy, we're just being guys, and I gotta go take a pee. I'm not shutting the damn door.
That's
I'm
also
just
because
taking
I feel like the social the bathrooms that men have are all open anyway, so it feels like it's just open.
Are
Yeah.
you doing
Maybe
that
that's what
at
it
his
is.
apartment?
yeah, like when
Yeah.
he pees at my house, like we were watching a movie, whatever, he'll leave the door open while
Are
he's
you
peeing.
like,
Well,
Don't
also-
pause it, Mike. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, and also I can hear the movie like while I'm taking the pee, and I'm far away. Like
Mike's
it's-
putting his headphones on.
I'm just saying because he closes his own door
Yeah.
at his house.
when I'm alone.
even to pee.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's like a.
that
I
is
get it.
I don't want to.
get
I don't want to
it.
use the word like holy.
closing a door by yourself even as a man that you're like standing up and just taking a quick pee. You got to close the door.
You have to create a separation of church and state. I don't want my
Doesn't exist.
because
Doesn't exist anymore.
because then it feels like my whole apartment is my bathroom. It's like this is one big room that I just happen to have a toilet in. I need the physical separation.
Yo, brother.
That's like
I do like the bathroom door.
I
closed
feel
when I
like this is maybe a class issue, and y'all are a little lower class.
Fine by me.
what etymology have you brought to the table today?
I thought Carly had a list.
What does the word late?
Oh,
I was going to talk about.
I've been like going
Oh, we've been
through
doing a list.
everything.
Oh, I was going to
Yeah.
talk about names. If we've looked up what our names, the etymology of our names are.
Mine means Ireland.
Aaron
that's
means
really cool.
Aaron, Ireland.
Yeah. Let's see.
Interesting.
Well, like Ire. The name Erin is an ancient name for Ireland, originating from the Irish word Ire, which means Ireland.
Damn.
There you go.
So that's like if you were named like America.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
In Gaelic? Is that the language of origin?
correct.
Wait. Sorry.
Like I would imagine so, but I
Matt,
don't want
Matt,
to.
you ever had a Gaelic?
It says the name Erin has strong ties to the Gaelic language.
Okay. That's a crazy one to hear. People speaking Gaelic. You know what that is?
Is like Irish?
Yeah, but it's like they're old
What'd you
Irish.
say?
It's crazy to hear people speak it. Like when I went to
Gaelic?
Ireland, I've heard.
Yeah.
I was like, "What is that?" It's a cool language.
I don't know if I've ever heard it.
It
It's like an Irish song.
Yeah, it's a Gaelic song I like.
Oh.
By
My culture is not your costume.
Kneecap.
I'm
What are you
offended.
talking about? I'm fucking Irish, Aaron.
Not as, not
fucking
as
kidding me?
Not as Irish as me.
Oh,
What percentage are you Irish?
off.
I'm 99.2% Irish.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's incredibly Irish.
have you
Yeah.
done 23andMe? Okay, so you have done it. And I know that like it was going out of business. Somebody just bought it.
Wait, I
just
thought it was like done this time.
I thought someone just bought it like a month ago, so it's like coming back, or someone bought all the data,
Yes.
maybe.
They
But
sold our info.
I was listening to a crime podcast I've been like obsessed with, and they've been able to solve so many crimes through
Because of it?
23andMe, and they had that thing where it is controversial because you are submitting your DNA without your relatives' consent,
Yeah.
but you can help solve crimes by giving your DNA to the database. And I was a bit like, why not? Why not help solve crimes and give people closure of their loved ones? I don't think I'm going to commit a crime. So why
You never
not?
know though. What if one of your family members commits a crime and then you're like, fuck.
Sorry, go serve the time if you commit a crime.
Gee,
you do
what
the
if it was
crime, serve the time.
accidental?
But why shouldn't I?
But why shouldn't you do 23andMe?
Yeah.
The main thing is like privacy and just that they could like sell your DNA data to
Information.
like insurance companies, and then they're like, "Ooh, your DNA is predisposed to this like illness, and
So
we're
it's
not going
tied
to
more
cover
to
you."
diseases and not to like just the etymology. I thought it was more like genealogical
It is, but they
research.
can also use that data to like. They haven't done it yet, but theoretically,
That's why
like
they're telling everyone to delete the app
Yeah.
because they just sold all of the data.
and it's not like privately
So
owned.
I'm just gonna end up spending more money.
What do you mean?
Well, because they're what you're saying, like my insurance is going to go up because they go, well, we see that there's cystic
Yeah.
fibrosis deep in your
Correct.
face.
Yeah.
And-
That's the reason to not do it.
Oh,
or
damn
yeah,
it.
you could then they could frame you for a crime. They have your DNA. They could
Yeah.
sprinkle it on. Oh,
You haven't done it,
That's
you said?
crazy.
No, I haven't. I believe my mom and maybe my dad have.
Oh.
But I don't know. I thought I would love to see the data.
Yeah,
And
I
if it's
thought it
fun.
was going to be really fun, and then mine was so fucking boring.
99% Irish.
99.2.
Were you able to see though how many like distant relatives?
Yeah,
of
there was like
yours-
not really any.
Oh, they usually say like you get connected to like 1,000 people or like it matches on the site.
Yeah, I didn't have a fun one that was like, you come from like Alexander Hamilton. Like people, mine was like, you're a Viking.
Oh,
You're a Viking.
but you didn't know like second family. That's a
No.
crazy one where it's like you get a gift for the holidays and then it turns out dad's been having a side family.
Yeah.
So
You have 3
fucking
twin brothers or
crazy.
something.
I know someone who had that.
Damn.
Yeah.
That freaked me the fuck
yeah,
out.
Can you imagine though? You're sitting like on having like a secret family or like a kid, and then all your kids are like, "Hey, Dad, let's do 23andMe."
That happened with my brother.
Really?
Yeah, my brother's family. They adopted a child. They adopted my sister-in-law's sister's child when it was a baby. When he
Okay.
was a baby. And they just, were raising him like their own. And then I think he wanted to do 23andMe, and so they like sat him down. And
Oh,
they're
they
like,
had never told him?
no, and they're like, it just like had,
whoa.
I don't know, I think he just was so young or whatever. But they were like, just so you know, like, you're adopted, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, well, I'm really glad you're my parents.
Yeah.
Aw.
So cute.
I guess that is good for adopted people too, because then you can maybe find if you have other
Yeah.
blood relatives. Although I feel like in the adopted community, people don't really think about it that way. Like they don't
don't
care to
know.
meet their blood relatives because it's like the family that they know is the family that they know.
I don't know. I feel like
In good
I would
instances.
die to be like, who are my parents if I was adopted?
Then how
I
do we
think.
solve all these crimes then?
How many crimes are happening?
There's a lot of missing
Uns-
people who we've never, like unidentified bodies as well, where we cannot figure out who they are because there is no DNA connecting them. And so I guess it just breaks my heart that like some people just want to have closure and they can't.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
think
disappearing people is crazy. I feel like is it happening? It's got to be happening less and less with like social media and the internet.
Like people disappearing.
Yeah, like because
I
back
don't
in
know.
the 70s.
I see stuff like all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It still happens. I mean, definitely it was easier just to abduct a kid and,
Yeah, never see
Be
him
gone
again.
forever.
and be gone.
And also we have social media, so maybe we're just seeing it more now. Like we just see it in our face. So we think it's happening more.
Yeah. It's wild.
We could have used this etymology study before we did we talk about our Who Wants to Be a Millionaire upcoming episode? Oh, I was
No,
going
we
to
were
say.
just talking about you being late.
Oh, well,
It was funny. Don't
can't
worry.
wait to watch this one back, y'all.
No, it was funny. We're just like we had our theories.
Oh, what were some of the theories? Let's hear.
Mine was your parents were dealing with real estate stuff.
No way.
And
Yeah.
I was like, it has to be something urgent where like water is leaking, something is on fire. It had to be something time sensitive where
That's
I'm
correct.
like, why couldn't he just say, I can't do this right now. I have to go record a podcast.
Yeah.
So we had to feel like it was something urgent and house related.
Okay, but also be honest.
What? And then I thought you just woke up late.
Oh, you thought I was lying?
Yeah.
Well, at first he was like, I'm gonna ask him for the call logs. And then I was like, I'm gonna ask him for
Not saying
touring.
accusatory. I was like, what if I bring up?
It's just, yeah,
What
funny.
if I
No,
just
it's
ask, can we
silly.
see it?
Oh,
You
he's
can
really-
see since 7:38 a.m. I've been on the phone.
No, it's-
Damn.
There's your
see.
proof.
Proven wrong.
I woke up at
You
7:30.
just edited my name. He
He also was like, I feel, because he shared his gym stats with you.
Yep.
And you didn't say anything. So he was like, I don't think he was awake.
Yeah.
No, I mean, call logs are there.
But
The evidence is there.
This is my first call at 7:38 a.m. and it went all these calls today.
Damn. All right.
It's been a
All right,
hectic
well, let's
morning.
get back on
Back
course.
on. Well, what was your theory?
Carly was really rooting for you. She was like, Matt, give him the benefit of the
I
doubt.
did, yeah.
Thanks,
I
bro.
was like, maybe it is something serious, but not because you were like, because I asked if everything was okay, and you said yes.
Yeah.
So like, okay,
I said, if it was an emergency, you would have said like family emergency, not family stuff.
What did I say?
You were like, I'm dealing with family stuff.
Oh.
Let me see.
Because I feel like if I was running that late and I was just like family stuff, y'all would be like, bullshit.
No, we wouldn't.
I think you're projecting.
Yeah.
I just don't believe that y'all
Would give you the benefit of the
would
doubt
have
if you
believed me.
You know
I
what?
think that you are projecting.
I would probably feel the same way you did. I was like, Matt definitely just woke up late. Now he's making shit up. I
Yeah.
probably would say the same thing about you.
You just said dealing with a family issue.
yeah.
And so I was like, I think if it was like really, really serious, you'd be like, I'm having a family emergency, like blah, blah, blah. So that's why I was like, it's got to be real
No,
estate.
it's okay. Everybody's healthy. It's fine. Just real estate nonsense.
Can't wait to hear about.
Boring.
Okay, so back to origins of names. That's what we were.
Oh, yeah.
Real
Can I read
estate.
mine?
Yes, Carl.
No, that's actually crazy because it comes from that word.
Oh, your name.
Actually, because like people call me Carl, they just have throughout my life.
Other people have?
Yeah.
Does
yeah.
Carl come from Charles?
Well, I don't know. It says the name Carly is believed to have originated as a something or pet form of the name Carlotta, a feminine version of the name Carl. Carl has Germanic roots, meaning free man. Over time, Carly emerged as a standalone given name, gaining popularity in the United States mid-20th century.
Carl with a K.
Carlotta.
So Carlotta's roots Carly is shortened form of Carl. Okay, sorry.
Carlotta Incontro.
Carlotta.
Oh, yeah, you are. I always forget
Italian.
you're hardcore Italian. That sounds like you could be a-
Hardcore.
Carlotta.
Hardcore.
I was like joking. Okay, so Aaron and I and Matt, when we went on a road trip, and I was doing
A
ancestry.
road trip. We were driving to Palm Springs.
Well, it was a road trip.
No, we weren't. We were driving down to Seaside
No.
to go
No.
to Josh Darnett's house when we were looking up.
No,
it was
this
Palm
was Chris
Springs.
Clemens' birthday.
Oh shit!
This was like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
2019.
Shit! My bad.
But I found out, I was like, oh my God, my great grandfather, his name was Alfio, and he was like from Sicily. And so I was like joking the whole time, like how Italian I am. I was like, I can't believe I'm so Italian. And I was like, I need pasta. And like, but then I like ate pasta and I was like, I got like, sometimes pasta makes me shaky. And I was like, never mind, I'm not Italian anymore.
Pasta
But
makes
then-
me shaky.
But she also did 23andMe or whatever.
I did. And then I'm way more Irish than I'm Italian.
Oh, damn. But you just have the Italian last
Well,
name.
was it your great great grandfather's like Ancestry.com
Great grandfather.
photo?
Yeah, he's holding a big eggplant.
a giant eggplant.
It was so
he-
funny because we were watching The Sopranos and
You were like, there he is.
one of the
Alfio.
men on there was like talking like really nasty about like a woman and I forgot what I said, and Nolan was like, I think that's like part of like Italian, like older Italian culture. Like the men were just like not like very
misogynistic.
And I was like, oh my God, that's so interesting because my great grandfather's literal profile photo is him with a giant eggplant on Ancestry, and his name is Alfio.
Alfio and Contro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a character on The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Totally.
Pretty good.
Alfie's such a cute little name.
Alfie. That is so cute.
Maybe your next cat.
Not a
Since
child,
you won't
a
have
cat.
kids.
Yeah. If I had a
Alfie?
kid, maybe it'd be Alfie.
If
If I had a kid, but I don't want one. Are you gonna have kids soon?
Soon?
I don't know.
Not anytime soon, but eventually.
In like 9 months.
what's your
it has to
definition
be
of
like-
soon? I
She
forget
has to make
she's so
that call.
young.
And what is
Okay, sorry, I was just looking through my.
my name's Hebrew.
Is
Matthew?
Yeah, I'm the gift of God or gift from God.
Oh, you are a
or
gift
gift
from
of
God.
Yahweh.
Wow.
Yeah,
In what language?
Hebrew.
Matthew?
Isn't that just in the Bible?
It
I don't
says
think
the
that's
name
it.
Matthew, an English language masculine given name, ultimately derives from the Hebrew name Madiyahu.
Matisyahu.
Yeah.
Yahoo. One day, one day.
I thought that had an S in it. Does it not?
Matisyahu.
It does.
Yeah.
That's a little
Not this
varied.
one doesn't though.
It's like one of those like things
Okay.
where the S can sometimes be a T in ancient Hebrew
I
versus
love that
modern Hebrew.
song,
Wow, so your
by the
Hebrew
way.
name is Matisyahu?
It says which means the gift of God or gift of Yahweh.
That's so. I would never. That'd be my whole personality.
Oh, the Hebrew
I'm a
name
gift
was
from God.
transliterated into Greek as Mattathias.
Ooh, that's strong too.
Matthias.
Mattathias.
Oh, okay. Matthias.
The English name Matthew is a vernacular from the Greek New Testament named
Matthew.
Matthias.
Matthew.
Matisyahu.
Mattios, which
very
also
f-
traces back to Matisyahu.
All my life
I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that
That was a
one day.
big thing in the Jewish community when he first came out. This Orthodox rabbi
Iconic.
reggae beatboxing dude, Jimmy
What was
Kimmel.
the other one? The other song.
I don't know.
One day.
You've seen the
One
video of him in the
day.
Hawaiian cafe?
Of
Yes.
course.
Yeah, everyone's seen that. You know, the very, very first time, I feel like you guys may not know this. I used to play drums for a Jewish rapper in college named Kosha Dills.
Yeah.
And he had a song with Matisyahu because the Jewish rap community was pretty small back in those days.
What was his
and
name? Dill.
Kosha
Kosha
Dills,
Dills.
like kosher
Kosha
dill pickers.
Dills. Pickers?
Pickles.
Pickers?
He was like playing at my college like freshman year, and I was like, dude, you have a song with Matisyahu. I was like, you're so famous. And he's like, anyway, he's like, we have a show in LA. Can you come? And he flew me out to LA. It was my first time ever coming here, and I was 19 years old. And it was like playing for some Jewish event, and Matisyahu was like a surprise guest. And I ended up playing the drums for Matisyahu and
Oh,
Kosher Dills
wow.
when I was 19. My first time ever coming to LA, and I was like, I'm gonna move here one day.
Nice.
Me and Matisyahu share the same birthday.
Whoa.
I didn't know that.
That's a big one.
You know who I just learned I share a birthday with?
Wow.
Amanda Knox.
Who was that? The woman in Italy who like killed
Less
her roommate?
fun.
Yes, the girl,
didn't
the
kill her roommate?
American girl studying abroad was accused
Accused.
of murdering her roommate. Had to serve 4 years in prison. Now she's out. She's a criminal justice advocate for
Because
like.
she claims innocence the whole time, right?
Yes, and I'm always like, I guess she didn't do it. I think she had a hand. I don't think she ever, stabbed a knife and twisted and did the murder. I think she
Twist.
You know what would
was
solve
there
it?
that night, knew who killed the person, and was part of it, and was just told to like keep quiet and had her Italian boyfriend translate, and she got lost in translation and ended up being convicted.
I did
But,
see her Whitney Cummings podcast, and I was like, she seems innocent.
right, she just was on like Joe Rogan's, and I was like, I don't know. She's very calculated and good with her words, but seems kind of likable and believable. But if you ask people like Greta and Ella, they are like, she totally killed her.
Oh, really?
Because there are a lot of Italians
Italian.
like are
Oh.
like want her to go back to jail.
Yeah, she did kill them.
Like they get so passionate and angry about it, and I'm like, I love hearing their
Interesting.
perspective because they make me just doubt everything.
Totally.
Are there Casey Anthony truthers who are like, there's no way she killed
Dude,
her?
all the evidence lines up to Casey
But
Anthony.
I want
Do
to
I
meet
look
someone.
like her?
Kinda.
I always get when I'm live on TikTok. It's like, you look like Casey
You
Anthony.
kinda
I'm like,
do.
are
You
you
got-
kidding? Or like, is this like a prank? Or
if
Wait,
you
you
got the
kinda
Casey
do.
Anthony Karen Bob
I'll get the
You
Karen
should be
cut.
her for Halloween and just carry on
I
like a
don't think
dead.
so.
I don't think so. That is not like a fun Halloween.
Cancel.
Who are you? I'm
costume.
Casey Anthony. Here's my.
You kind of do.
T-spill or whatever. It's like Carlene Contra dressed up as a mom who killed her daughter.
Yeah, when her like hair's down.
Yeah.
There's a
But
funny.
not when it's bad.
Have you
I'm
seen
so
that,
glad I look like a murderer.
that TikTok of like a guy who brings Casey Anthony as a date to a party?
No.
Oh, yeah.
It's a really funny sketch.
Like,
He's like,
dude.
did you bring Casey Anthony? Yeah, she's great. Why? She killed her kid. No, the evidence ruled against her. What does she do right now? She has like a podcast or something?
She's trying to be also like Amanda Knox being like a criminal justice advocate,
Yeah.
but she posted like a TikTok. It backfired big time.
Oh,
Right,
yeah, people
that's
are
what
like,
it
shut
was.
the
She
fuck
tried
up.
to come back.
See you fucking later, lady.
Yeah,
Casey- so-
she does not have many like sympathizers at all.
There's not Casey Anthony truthers.
No. Rarely.
I wonder if there's
and
any-
if there are, show me the evidence.
But maybe there's money in it, Matt. We could sell some T-shirts.
I need to I actually don't really. I never saw any documentaries about that or anything.
She just like blatantly lied saying that her daughter was with a nanny called Zanny the nanny.
Zanny the nanny.
She,
That's
like-
the first problem.
That's like Crentus the dentist.
That's also like a Xanda, like a.
My dentist name is
Who
Prentice.
was like a person that did not exist. She said
Just
that
Xanaxed
she
out
like
nanny.
left her daughter with this Zanny the nanny. That person
Xanned
didn't
out.
exist. She also said she worked at Universal Studios in Orlando, takes the cops around Universal Studios, acting like she like works there, saying hi to the employees. And
Sydney Sweeney that one time.
being there for like an hour and a half, finally goes, I don't work here. I'm sorry.
What?
And so she led them on a goose chase, and then she decided to flip the murder on her own parents, saying that she believes her parents killed their daughter because the daughter like drowned in their pool, and they tried to
God.
cover it up, and the parents are like, how could you do this to us? And if you watch all the videos, she's never concerned about where her daughter is. She's always concerned about why she's innocent. And that's a
Interesting.
big sign that it's, you
Did
know.
anyone get? Did her parents get like convicted of anything?
No,
Oh.
they didn't. But she to this day thinks her parents.
And
had
she's
something to
she's
do
been
with it.
innocent. Like
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
court. and
Did they
everything.
find the body?
Yeah, I
Like, did they
believe
find it
so.
in like the trunk of a car or something?
Yeah,
Oh,
with the
boy.
well, the parents were concerned that her trunk of her car smelled like really bad or whatever. And
Yeah.
I think
Oh
they
my
did
God.
find the body because there was like duct tape and stuff. but
Zanny the nanny.
Have you guys been keeping up with the Karen Reed case?
bit by bit, but then sometimes like there's some new update in it. But I believe
Yeah.
Karen Reed is innocent.
Good. Free Karen Reed.
I do believe now it's a dog.
Oh, well, that's kind of like what it pointed to. I mean, the cops killed her or him. The cops killed him for sure, and they're setting her up.
I believe that their dog killed him. Because if you look, have you looked at the pictures of the wounds on the
Of
body?
course,
That's
yeah.
like that doesn't look
and
like a
they
human.
rehomed the dog.
Yeah, right. They cover the whole thing up.
Yes.
But
Whoa.
yeah, it's a really fascinating case.
I don't know anything about
It's
this.
you would just be like shook to your core.
I don't like watching murder, whatever.
It's okay. So last year was her trial. Basically,
Is she a celebrity before this, or just a random
no,
woman?
she's just
Okay.
like a Bostonian.
Not a Real Housewife.
She got
No, surprisingly, no.
charged with killing her boyfriend, who was a police officer.
Oh.
And the scene of the crime was at another police officer's house where a bunch of other cops were like hanging that night. And they're claiming that she hit him with her car and killed him and left him to die in a blizzard. But like the evidence is so overwhelmingly like, you can't prove that she did it. And during her first trial last year, it was like a mistrial. Is that what they call it?
I believe so. Yeah.
So they have to do it all over again.
Yeah.
And like things that the people who had the dog said that they rehomed the dog a month later.
Okay.
The guy who, when his phone was about to come into evidence, he destroyed the chip. There's just like all
yeah,
of
cops
these.
know how to like also.
and then his like the
Yes.
cop's wife also Googled how long does it take for a body
how
to
long to die in cold.
how yeah how yeah, she
People need
was
to stop Googling things when you're doing something wrong.
Yeah,
Because
right.
what the fuck? They always find it.
Yeah.
Like they will
It's
always find your history.
So crazy that people think she did it.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
crazy.
think she did it.
And especially because the husband who like was killed
Boyfriend.
has like 2 kids that are his like sister's kids that he takes care of, and those kids now like live with Karen Reed. And
No.
like, right? Don't they? Well, I guess not
No.
right now, but isn't she was like she was gonna take care of them?
Yeah. Well, after she had gotten kind of like accused, her his family was like, see you fucking later.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Your Honor,
fucking
let
later.
it state the record says, see you fucking later.
See you fucking
The
later.
one thing that just doesn't look good is that they were arguing that night, and their texts were really heated, and she was really, really mad at him. And so that's the one thing. If they were not in an argument that night, she would be way more seen as innocent than.
Yeah, people don't like an angry woman.
Sorry, guys, we
There's
did not
nothing
mean
like
to
a
go down
mad
this.
woman. What a shame
It's
she went
very
mad.
funny. Her voicemails to him are so funny.
Oh, you can hear the voicemails?
Yeah.
What is she saying?
Yelling and
Just
cussing
like
him
funny.
out.
So she's like, "You're a pervert, John." And I'm like, "Oh, get me to Boston."
Yeah,
Get me to Boston.
Oh, God. There's one voicemail we still have from our landlord in college. We like fucked up the house, kind of like, college kids. Like at one point there was a hole like from the previous tenant, and the hole just kept getting bigger over time. And then on like one of the last parties we had, the hole got big enough that we just passed a keg through the hole in the wall. And I mean, she didn't fix it. Like we told her like, hey, there's this hole in the
Holy
wall.
shit.
And once a night, someone like bangs into it, this and that.
Yeah.
And the voicemail she left was, she was like an alcoholic, like drug addict lady with like
no.
a three-legged dog. She would like show up to our house at 8 a.m, like completely blacked out, screaming at us. We have this one voicemail. You drug addict fucks, if I have to smell. It was just the funny. She's just like losing her mind. It's a,
I love a projecting person.
yeah,
It's so
just, I mean, it's crazy. We were like dealing with an alcoholic landlord as like 19-year-old kids. Like, we'll get
Yeah.
you the rent. We'll get you the rent. Yeah.
How much was your rent then?
Oh God. I was probably paying,
funny. $2.
I was paying $350 a month for,
Yeah.
but there was 12 rooms in the house. It was like 2 houses and it was 6 rooms in
Okay,
each.
Scientology.
3. No, sorry. It was 12 people. It was 6 rooms. So each of us had 2 bedrooms.
Damn, that's a
Two
big
people in a room.
house.
Yeah, it was like a duplex. So it was kind of
Yeah.
like 2 houses,
Oh,
but
nice.
the entrance was the same. It was really fun.
Do you remember the first, like how much your first rent was in LA? Like all split up and everything?
I want to say $1,100.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't that bad, but I was living
And you
like.
moved here in 2014.
Yeah, 2014. I was living in Westchester, so I wasn't like in like a really like high demand, like nice. I wasn't in the heart of like Venice or Santa Monica, but it wasn't that bad.
We paid
Yeah.
$750.
$750.
Wow.
It was a 3-bedroom.
Damn.
That
750
apartment.
Now, actually, I think
Yeah.
I paid less than that. I think I probably paid $800 or $900.
I know,
No,
because we're talking about our friend who pays like $4,000, right, a month
Yeah.
for an apartment. I was like, literally, when we moved here, we paid $700 something each. Like
it's
that's
crazy. So sometimes I'm really bad about like remembering what I paid for things like after years have passed. My
Yeah.
brain chooses like, let's just
Yeah.
forget that. Like I sometimes don't remember the
Blacked
nitty gritty
out.
of what I really paid for on my car. Like I don't know.
I don't
mean,
know
I
what
don't
I
know
pay
either.
on my car.
The range of it, but
Do you know what
Yeah.
your monthly payment is on your car?
yes, I know that.
Okay.
mine's due today.
You don't know the monthly payment?
No.
Did you get scammed when you went to the dealership?
No.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Sometimes they'll be like, well, what do you want to pay per month? And then they do all
Oh,
this like
no.
math to make you, they like fuck you over by,
No, it's just like auto, so I never see it.
that's
You don't
fair.
get like text notifications when it's been like a sizable thing. When it's something that's open a couple $100 that I'm paying on auto pay, I make sure I get a text just
Oh,
what
I
it
don't. I
is.
never get text.
like
for
your
stuff
credit
that.
card will say, oh, large purchase was made, $300 at Costco or $500
Sometimes I get that, yeah.
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 But not from my car.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I just like know when it's going through and that it's happening and that.
Your Steam Deck, remember that purchase?
Yeah, my Steam Deck.
Every episode.
Do you know what your rent was when you first moved here?
When I first moved here, it was $1,800
Each.
Holy
for a 2-bedroom.
shit.
Like
but I lived by
each, or you
myself.
Oh.
I moved into a 2-bedroom by myself, and I paid $1,800. And it was that. Were you guys ever there in that small apartment that I
Yeah.
lived at?
Yeah.
When Aaron so graciously lent me the airbed as a new
I didn't know
transplant
you lived
here.
there by yourself first.
Yeah, and then Adam kind of ran out of money, and then I told him he can move in. And then he started, but then it was great because he was paying half the rent. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm fucking living here for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I first moved out of my parents' house into Jersey City, I was paying $800 a month for an apartment in Jersey City.
Damn.
Joycey.
Joyzy City.
Can you imagine just $800 a month for fucking rent?
Must be nice.
I mean, we could do it again, but we'd have to live in like, I don't know, Kansas, Kentucky.
Yeah. But so many of our listeners, this is just LA.
Yeah,
just
it's
wanna
one of
be
the most
very
expensive
mindful.
cities in the world.
Everyone pays different.
Can I read the etymology of boycott? It's kind of interesting.
Let's hear it.
Boycott.
Boycott. Retired British Army officer Captain Charles Boycott was managing the property of an absentee landlord in the 19th century Ireland. A rent dispute between Boycott and the farmers tending to the land led to tenants to stop working the fields and to shun the Englishmen en masse. Local businesses followed suit, and Boycott, rich in status but poor in access to useful resources like food, was driven out of town.
Wow.
So it's a
he had
guy's
to leave.
name.
Yeah, Captain Charles Boycott.
That's got to be so awesome when you just contribute like
I mean, it's
a
crazy.
verse to like all of mankind and like or even like slang, like "sudded" when that was kind of popping off. I
Yeah.
was like, that's so
Dude.
crazy. Like Nick Coletti and
What
Getter
about
are behind that, and it's becoming this like huge fad of
Merry
a phrase. Merry Chrysler.
Yeah.
Merry
Chrysler.
Christmas.
Yeah, people still like you'll see
That's
that in
like-
like a caption from a hometown friend.
Oh yeah, that's like a very common saying, and Christine Sedelko like just posted a Vine saying that one time. That's
You just
crazy.
contributed to the zeitgeist of
Culture.
of culture. It's got to feel good.
The word shrapnel.
What even is that?
Shrapnel,
like when a bomb explodes, there's a bunch
pieces
of
of metal and
shrapnel.
stuff.
That is just a guy's name.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he?
Henry Shrapnel, the inventor of the exploding shell.
Oh, funny.
But like, doesn't the word shrapnel kind of sound like
It
what
sounds
it looks
like shrapnel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely sounds more like a
Shrapnel.
true word than a name.
When I first found that out, I was like, that's incredible.
It's like the word sandwich. It was named after the 4th Earl of Sandwich.
Yes, the Earl of Sandwich.
He liked his meals between 2 pieces of bread because it was easier for him to eat when he was gambling.
Oh,
Whoa.
wow.
Yeah.
There also, I learned that like a lot of people like get hamburger wrong, where they think it's like, oh, ham and then burger. Is that like these are 2 separate words in the etymology of it, but really it's Hamburg, Germany is where they made it, and it's just the after. It's like the thing from Hamburg.
What a great
is the
invention is a
hamburger.
hamburger.
That's
Yeah.
also helicopter.
Yes, it's helix,
Helio.
helio,
And then copter.
Copter,
not
which
like
is
heli.
like pterodactyl. It's like
Yes.
it's a flying helix. But that's why then people take copter and put that behind different types of like devices. But it's like incorrect etymology.
Can I read just a few more of these that are names?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Zipper
was
was
someone's name?
trademarked by a guy named Gideon Zipper.
It's a funny last name.
Is he part of the YKK family though?
The what
Oh
family
yeah,
now?
excuse me.
YKK. I didn't add a third. But YKK owns like all the zippers.
I know. That's a bit. Can you imagine meeting like the YKK people?
Dude, I bet.
They have so much money.
Just entering their house is just like a zipper.
Their door.
So bad.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We're in the
We're
home
falling
stretch.
apart here. The seams. We all know pasteurized from Louis Pasteur.
No.
You didn't
For
know that?
sure.
Yeah. Oh, Louis Pasteur.
I feel like that gets talked about all the time.
No,
that he like
I don't know
invented
that
the
one.
idea of like heating up milk so it's safe to eat.
No.
Wow. See, pasteurized, that sounds like it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like a true word.
I agree.
Guys, these raw milk people.
I know.
It's fucking crazy, right?
It just sounds nasty.
It's like just, oh, let's drink this like disease-ridden fucking
Yeah.
shit. If I see like an Instagram story of someone like, man, raw milk, I'm just like, oh, so you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Silhouette is from Etienne de Silhouette, a French finance minister known for cutting costs.
Oh, so it has
cost.
nothing to do with like the shape of like.
I think it's like he's like
outline.
cutting around the outlines of the margins of your like savings.
Wow.
So it's a
I thought,
silhouette.
like,
That's
silhouette
poetic.
is just like. I would think it's like more light in shape and like shadows in a way.
Ferris wheel by George Washington Gale Ferris Jr.
I'm sorry, who?
A Ferris wheel.
And he did it in spite of the Statue of Liberty or the Eiffel Tower.
I think it was the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, he was just like, oh, I'm going to make something that's big and tall that people will be wowed by. And he ended
Yes.
up making,
I'm gonna
yes.
do something.
It was something where it was in response to, I believe, the Eiffel Tower.
A Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
Because that also just like, oh, it's at the fair. It's a Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, yeah.
but it's a dude. A taser.
Yes, Thomas A. Swift electric rifle.
How did you know that?
But that's also
Damn.
not even named after the inventor. It's named after a book,
fictional
a
character.
fictional character that was like one of his favorite fictional characters.
That's
How did I know that?
Yeah.
Because I did research before
Yeah.
this episode, and I brought things to the table to talk
Okay.
about.
Well,
I'm
I have another.
You're having
I like this
ChatGPT
one.
do your work for you.
No, this was an idea.
Late
I wanted-
ChatGPT.
Okay.
Wait, can I read the etymology of gossip?
Oh, I know that one.
Go piss, girl.
By the 14th century, the word could encompass any familiar acquaintance, especially women. Sorry. By the 14th century, the word could encompass any familiar acquaintance, especially women who were invited to a friend's birth.
Oh, you're missing the first part of it.
What?
There's more. There's a beginning
Oh,
part.
gossip. A gossip was originally a
Yeah.
god sib in Old English, and it was basically a godparent. Sorry, I did miss that.
Okay.
Someone who acted as a sponsor at a baptism. By the 14th century, the word could encompass any familiar acquaintance, especially women who were invited to a friend's birth. Through a long line of loose talkers and perhaps some old-fashioned sexism, the word evolved to mean anyone engaged in idle talk, and eventually gossip took on its modern meaning as a baseless rumor or trifling talk.
Whoa.
And I've always
That's pretty
seen
cool.
TikToks that were like, gossip was like the way that women spread information back in the day. Like there was no other way. And like they just labeled it as like this shit talking thing when really
Right.
it's just like, hey, don't be with this person because he did this, or like, don't
Yeah.
go there because this happened or whatever.
But originally, godparent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It is pretty crazy.
Because it comes from like a circle of like females that are not related to the baby getting around and celebrating it. And
Yeah.
of course they're
Yeah.
gonna like gab and
But now
Yeah.
can you believe what Taylor wore to the wedding? Good Lord.
Okay, don't be sexist.
Yeah.
That
Also-
could be a boy saying that.
I also have the etymology of the word salary. The word salary comes from the Latin word salarium, meaning salt money. In ancient Rome, soldiers were sometimes paid with salt or
Yes.
given money to buy it, as salt was highly valuable. This practice gave rise to the term salary, which now refers to regular payments for a service.
yeah, salt was insanely
Whoa.
valuable because before ice, the only thing that you could use to like preserve like meats and stuff was salt.
Yeah.
Or just things would not rot as badly
Right.
under salt as they did other minerals. So that does make sense.
I love salt.
Yeah.
It's my favorite condiment.
Do you ever just
So
eat
white.
raw rock salt?
No, but I put on everything.
It's sometimes
I'll eat if I'm on an airplane after I've eaten the pretzels. I'll then dump all that
salt?
bag of
Woo!
salt into my mouth. It tastes great.
Aaron's face.
Sometimes when I get the pink Himalayan salt, like the
Oh,
rocks,
yum.
I'll twist the top off, pour a couple rocks in, pop them in, and just chew on them.
What on earth?
That's a
It's
little too
so
salty.
good.
I'm a salt girl, but that's too salty for me. Like I, love
You
Himalayan
should just put it
salt.
like in water with like some lemon juice, and it's
No, I like
your
the
own
crunch of it. It's like eating a little snack.
I like just
Pop
cutting up
rocks.
cucumbers and putting salt on them. It's
Yeah,
so
that's
yummy.
delicious.
Ooh,
Yeah.
cucumba.
Like a bagel with tomato and cucumbers and a little salt
Yeah.
and olive oil.
Ugh.
Or salt
Oh,
on
not the
watermelon.
bagel
I always
part.
want to. That guy who makes all the cucumbers in the thing. You know
Oh
that
yeah,
guy?
like a Din Tai Fung cucumber. Like make that actually.
He's always
happen.
like slicing it in the mandolin, putting it in that like plastic container, and shaking it
Mandolins
up.
are scary.
I know. You could just fuck your whole shit up with that.
I don't know if I know what that looks like.
It's like
It's
a
like
flat
a-
thing, and then you take like a cucumber and you just move it back and
Oh,
forth
yeah,
on
yeah.
the blade. But you got to get real.
Like close to it.
It's like one of the
People
most
get fucked up.
dangerous because like it'll just slice right through your whole fingy.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
god, fingy.
Yeah. No.
It just happened to Erin. Oh no.
You
To our
sliced your
listeners.
fingy?
No.
No, she just screamed, so I was
Oh.
joking that just happened to her.
Oh.
Just thinking about it gives me the heebie-jeebies.
I know. Like if someone shows me like, oh, you want to see this cut I got? I'm like,
The fuck
the
is
president's
that?
in town.
What is
A
that?
helicopter, probably.
I didn't hear
Probably.
anything.
You can't feel that?
You don't feel the rumbling?
No, well, my feet are also not on the
Is
ground.
it Godzilla? Kingdom
It's
of
not,
the
it
Apes?
wasn't on the ground. It was like up here.
Oh, I didn't feel it. Do you guys know the etymology behind orchids, or where it got its name?
I want to say Japanese.
Is this we're talking about the flower, like an orchid?
Yeah.
No, tell me.
Okay, orchids may be beautiful, but their etymology isn't quite so poetic. The word comes from Greek orchis for testicle, thought to reflect the shape of the plant's underground storage organs.
They do look insanely vaginal, though. Orchids.
Orchids?
Yeah.
Are,
When they open up.
yeah. Just
Matt can't have them in his house.
He gets turned on.
Too
Too
horny.
horny.
oh, I've never said that.
No, she's
No,
making
we're
a joke.
kidding.
And just you being like, oh, that looks like boobs. Get it out of here.
Oh, orchids. No, orchids. I think are actually really beautiful. Have you ever
I've
seen?
never said
Have you
that.
ever seen Adaptation, the movie?
Oh,
it's based on
yeah.
the book, The Orchid Thief, which is a real book. But like that guy, what's his name? Cooper. Oh, whatever that actor's name
Yeah.
is. Plays a guy who's obsessed with orchids, but they're actually like, so deeply beautiful. Like,
Yeah, it's a crazy movie.
yeah.
Orchid.
Adaptation.
Nicolas Cage, highly recommended. Charlie Kaufman film.
What's your favorite flower?
Great question. You know what? Whatever makes my wife happy, so it's tulips.
Happy wine.
I've been
happy
really
wine.
loving tulips lately.
Patricia's obsessed with tulips.
TJ's been getting them at Costco like every week, and they're
Yeah.
so beautiful.
They're gorgeous.
It's so fun to watch them like grow.
Yes.
I really like a
Wild.
sunflower.
Beautiful.
Really, you don't see them out that often, and when you get a nice big one, like you're on a drive somewhere, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's big, but could you have sunflowers in your house? Does it work like that?
I don't know.
It's smaller ones. You can't like a big sunflower with like sunflower seeds come
like
from.
the size of your head.
That's a little aggressive to
But can you
have,
get like
It's
free
scary.
seeds off the thing? Because I love a good sunflower. I love munching on
I
them.
watched this girl on TikTok probably years ago now. She had like a sunflower farm and she would like roast the heads of sunflowers. And it was so interesting.
There's nothing like a good fresh roasted sunflower seed. You
Yum.
pop a bag next to you on the couch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just start munching away.
I love sunflowers.
I've
That's
never
the
eaten
only-
a sunflower seed like in my home.
I've
Oh,
never eaten a
really?
sunflower seed not on a couch. It's always just like you're sitting on a couch watching.
Not a road trip. Usually road trips.
In the
No,
car?
because I need to spit them out.
Well, we had.
Well, yeah, you have a little spit plate.
I'd always have like a plastic cup or something.
Mm.
Yeah, and then sometimes you'd be like, all right,
the
when I
best.
finish this cup, I'm done. And then you're like, no, I'm just going to pour the cup out and
Yeah.
start over again.
Back to it.
Yeah.
Do you put them like a bunch in your mouth and then do the whole trick where it like
Sometimes
put
I'll
one to
just
the
chew them all
side?
around and spit the whole thing out.
Yeah,
'Cause I
just get the
like
salty
all the
taste.
texture and everything.
I'll load like maybe 2 or 3 on the left side and then like a machine gun, crack them over to
Switch
the
it
right,
around.
and then, yeah.
spit it out.
Do you like different flavors of sunflower seeds?
Love.
Like pickle flavored, ranch
Ranch.
flavored. Yeah.
What the
Love
fuck?
ranch, love barbecue. I was like a go-to ranch
They make
gal. and my
flavored sunflower
Oh yeah.
seeds?
You've been to a
Yes.
7-Eleven, my God.
They always have look. If you're gonna buy sunflower seeds, look around. Right next to it are different fucking flavors.
They probably have crazy. I mean, I was eating them in like high school when I was playing softball.
But they got
We
like
have to play
No,
the
same.
NBA basketball still.
Sure. Play the NBA's basketball.
You know what I mean. We got to play ball.
But like they had all those flavors then. I'm sure they have like hot Cheetos
Yeah.
flavor
Oh, yeah.
now, like just
Wait.
like crazy wild
I need
ones.
to try to like pickled.
You guys, I think I have tried the next best snack of this summer.
the snack of the summer.
Yeah.
You know cheese balls?
Yeah.
Yes.
They've made like pickle balls.
I hate them.
What are you talking about? You've tried them? The
I need
pickle
to try.
balls?
Do you have
I
them?
don't like the taste that it leaves afterwards.
Mm.
It tastes like really chemically.
The pickle balls.
Correct. Yeah.
Fuck,
What-
Aaron.
Wait, they're
Like,
actually cheese
they're
balls, but
great.
they're pickle flavored?
Yes,
Yeah.
but there's no cheese.
It's like green.
It's the puff, but like green pickle flavor. They're phenomenal. I can't wait to have it with like a cold beer on a pontoon boat.
I did not like them.
I am stoked. I had like a couple, but
On a
Yeah.
pontoon.
TJ and I were both. He brought a bag home. Fuck, I had them like a couple weeks ago, and I was gonna give you the bag because we
Dang.
didn't like
I
them.
want to try.
What
feel
are
like
they
I'm gonna
called?
just
Pickle
throwing it away.
balls?
classic pickle balls.
Explain to me what it is one more time.
Okay, cheese ball. Like a Cheeto ball?
Like a cheesy puff?
Yeah.
Yes,
like
sure.
the round
sure.
ones.
Yeah, yes.
Not like-
big
not like
puff,
a
corn
deep-
puff.
Okay.
Coated in cheese. This is like a corn puff coated in like pickle flavor. And it's
Is it like a ground up dried pickle or it's like
Oh my god.
what?
it's like pickle flavor.
Oh no
What?
no! I don't even
I'm
like.
just showing him
Dude,
what it looks
they
like.
are phenomenal.
I don't
They
like
taste just
Cheetos
like a
either.
pickle.
Like you see like a big thing of Cheetos at someone's house and then our fingers get all orange
You
and
would
like
hate my grandpa.
I don't like
day.
cheese balls like this, but the corn balls
You
are
don't like cheese
fantastic.
balls?
That's
not really for
crazy.
me.
Oh my god, I could eat a whole one of those giant fucking
the
tins.
tubs, but then it's like the texture. Like when you're chewing on it, it's not good, and then like ugh.
Oh my
no.
god, I love that's what I really liked about these is like the crunch. I just like really didn't like the aftertaste.
No, I never really focused on the aftertaste. I was just like,
He's just
these
got
are
he's got
bomb.
the next one in his
Keep
mouth before the
going.
aftertaste
They were
kicks in.
delicious.
Neither one of us liked them.
Pickle
bummer.
balls.
I do think they will be like a big hit though.
My cousin were big pickle heads, and so I texted them and it was like saying, guys,
Picklehead.
Gotta try
alert,
it.
alert, this is the snack of the summer.
Next time you're in New York, you should go to the Pickle Guys. It's a store in the East Village or Lower East Side, I think, and it's like just one of the oldest establishments in New York, and they just do their own pickles. They got hot, sour, spicy,
Ooh,
all like
yum.
you
Oh,
can
I
try
see.
different ones. You make your own custom buckets of pickles.
Wow.
It's
That's
I've been
stressful,
in
so
a
though.
good.
pickle book shop in the Lower East Side where you can even bring used books and they give you a free jar of their own pickles.
Oh,
But like sweet pickle books. It's
Oh,
like
that's
half
cool.
pickle store, half used bookstore.
Yum.
I went on a date there once with a girl. That's why I remember it.
The pickle
To
place.
the Pickle Guys.
The
you like
pickle
Do you guys like
guys.
boiled peanuts? Have you ever had boiled peanuts?
No, but I think I would love them.
They're huge in
like, the South.
Alabama,
Yeah.
especially. So it's like, your typical ballpark peanut, but they boil it
In the shell still?
in the shell, but it becomes like almost like a soft shell thing, and the peas are like boiled, or like the nuts inside the boiled peanut are really soft.
yum.
Almost taste like peas at the same time, but they come in all different flavors.
Do you have to de-shell it?
Yeah, but it's really soft and just all kind of falls apart.
wanna
And they're
try.
super salty and there's all different flavors. I thought I would like them more, but I get why people love them. So
The de-shelling of a peanut, miss me with that. Just give me the fucking.
It's really messy.
Oh,
It's like
but I
the-
like the way that it sounds. I love
Me
like
too.
That it's like a gentle like breaking almost.
just
crack.
like licking like a
Man, I haven't just had peanuts in
the
so long.
outside of a peanut.
Yeah, just salty
it's
and
just
yummy.
so salty. It's
Just a little
yummy.
splinter.
Yeah, but it
Yes.
has like all that like
It's almost like
Hair.
dusty. Oh
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, that's like a ball sack.
I love it.
That's the actual testicle food.
But I have like a jar of de-shelled peanuts. Put your hand in there, just grab a handful of
yeah.
peanuts.
Yeah,
Oh, nothing
that's-
like it.
But yeah, I like the de-shelling.
You ever try almond butter?
Are you fucking serious?
Yes.
Wait, are you for real?
It's 2025.
I had never tried it
Almond
before, and I was
butter?
like, oh, maybe this is like healthier than peanut butter. When you're like, just get some calories.
Whoa.
And I took a spoonful of almond butter, and it took me maybe 15 minutes to chew
Wait,
it. It
what
was
are you
the
thinking?
stickiest.
I'm just shocked he's never heard of
Oh,
almond butter. Like
okay.
not in a mean way. Like I'm not trying to be like you're dumb or anything, but like it's just crazy because almond butter has been around. Like it was
No, like literal.
I just never
years.
bought it in my house to like have almond
I've
butter.
been eating
as a-
almond butter for the last decade.
What do you put it on?
everything.
Anything you would put peanut butter on.
PB&J,
put it in my
put an
smoothies
oatmeal.
all the time.
Yeah.
talking about?
It's new to me. All right,
Put it on
I don't.
crackers,
But
put
like,
PB&J.
so usually,
literally
it's like
alien.
when you're working out, you want to get like some extra protein calories. You do a spoonful of peanut
Yeah.
butter. I thought I would try it with almond butter, but it is like chewing on fucking like super.
I don't like
glue.
almond butter.
It's so difficult to chew. It took me like 15 minutes. I was like, never again. I can't
Yeah.
do it.
Well, it probably depends on the brand you got too.
Yeah, whatever they had at Costco. So
Because sometimes, like, you know how peanut butter they have like the healthy versions where it has
which
like
is
the
way
oil.
stickier. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
almond
fuck
butter
that
has like
version.
the creamy. I like both.
when it has like the oil at the top,
oh,
and you
I
like
hate
mix
it. I'm
it
like,
in.
ugh.
Yeah.
You're
Just
never
give me some
getting off that
Jiffy.
spoon.
I will say they have this fucking awesome nut butter at Costco.
Nut? What kind of nut?
It's called nut butter, I'm pretty sure, and it's
Probably
like
peanut.
no,
No, it's not?
No, there's no peanuts in it.
Oh.
TJ's highly
nut.
allergic.
Oh, because TJ's allergic
Yes,
to peanuts.
it's literally like every other nut. Let me see. It's literally so
nut.
good it tastes like fucking candy.
Huh. I'll check that out. I love a good nut.
I'll send you the pic of it. It's called Nutzo, and
Oh.
it's like protein.
Oh, that looks great.
Nutso.
It's so
I used to say that
so
all the time.
delicious.
Nutso.
So there's cashews, almonds, Brazil nuts, flax seeds, chia seeds, hazelnuts, pumpkin seeds, and Celtic sea salt.
That sounds really good,
Yum.
actually.
It's really, really, really delicious. One butter I've had recently that I had never had before was pistachio butter, and it's delicious.
Have you ever had sun?
Pistachio butter.
It's really, really
I
good.
don't know.
Pistachio ice cream. Get at it. Just stay in your lane.
I bet you if I had you guys try what I had, you would think it's delicious. It was like pistachio butter on sourdough with olive oil, some salt.
You know what that sound means?
We gotta
I didn't
land
really
this
hear it.
plane.
Yeah.
I have to pee so bad.
Yeah, it was hurting me physically. I had to.
You're going on nuts, and I'm like, Aaron, let's fucking land because I really have to pee. And then I'm like, oh, because she just peed. That's why she like.
We want to thank
You're
you for flying.
projecting.
We want to thank you for flying Good Influences Airlines. On behalf of
go.
all your captain, thank you
Bye.
for. Well, yeah, you can leave. You're not on camera anymore. Thanks
I
for.
brought some nuts.
Oh my god, Aaron, what a hole.
Oh, you got grapes. Damn you.
That's
man.
like, that looks like a bird feeder.
Women are really just. You guys are on a different level.
Well, I have a doctor's appointment after, so I was like, I need to pack like a lot.
But
of
just
snacks.
the thought of like having just enough grapes
Have
that
you
are
ever had
still
one of these? Try that.
I love that.
Those are from Costco too.
granola.
They're really good. It's a bunch of nuts.
Some bacon bits.
I gotta send you my Costco
That's
list.
really good because it's not like sticky and it's not too hard.
Yeah.
They're
Aaron,
yummy.
you want to go shopping together?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you next week, everybody.
Bye.